wizard fixing tech with glee. Old gadgets, new life, he's the chosen one. Every broken circuit, he's gonna get it done. From vintage TVs to your old cassette, with a trusty soldering iron, there's no regret. Turning back the clock, making them shine. Rolling Tide is magic, it's simply divine. Hey, like and subscribe, join the crew. Rolling Tide is on YouTube, he's waiting for you. Fixing your old electronics, bringing them back. Tune in now, you're on the right track. He's got the flow, he's got the style. Every DIY hack makes it all worthwhile. Capacitors dancing, resistors in line. With a grin on his face, he's crossing the tide. From video games to the stereo beat, Rolling Tide brings the fix, can't accept defeat. Watch him unravel, watch him restore. Every click and pop, you're gonna want more. Hey, like and subscribe, join the crew. Rolling Tide is on YouTube, he's waiting for you. Fixing your old electronics, bringing them back. Tune in now, you're on the right track. So gather around, folk, it's more than a show. It's a journey through time, come on, let's go. With every episode, the wonders unfold. Rolling corners, a story to be told. No broken dreams in his workshop space, just a passion for fixing a welcoming place. Each step of the way, you'll learn something new. From repairing a lamp to a classic Atari 2. With a twist of his wrench and a turn of the dial, you'll be flipping through channels in no time. We'll smile. Throw your hands up, it's a community vibe. Feel that electric pulse, feel that old tribe. Get your gear ready, let's spark up the chat. Rolling Parties is the name, remember that. Hey, like and subscribe, join the crew. Rolling Parties on YouTube, he's waiting for you. Fixing your old electronics, bringing them back. Tune in now, you're on the right track. So if you've got gadgets that need a good home, Rolling Parties is the place. No need to run, but never do fix, so feel the blast. Join the journey now, let's make tech last.
I think we're working. YouTube's complaining about something. Typical. So, we'll get right into it. I had a video on this little guy, the Dymo Rhino 4200, and of course I did some a quick little video, demonstrated it. You know, I really love this thing because it does labels of various widths, so anywhere from quarter all the way up to 3/4 of an inch. But the best part is it does the printable heat shrink. So if you want to, like I showed you earlier on one of my cables, I did a 100 watt. I marked the cables so I know which is what and stuff like that. I think I have one here. Yeah. You know, since the cables are getting a little bit better and stuff like that, you kind of want to be mindful of which cable does what. So you got all kinds of different flavors. You got 65 watt cables, you got 100 watt cables, 120 watt cables, or 120 watt cables. So you want to kind of mark them so you know what's what. So that's what I do. So like this one, of course, the camera is not going to show it very well, but this says 65 watts. So it looks like a heavy cable. It could look like a 120. You would never know without labeling it. So that was one of the reasons why I got one of these. So inside here is it's powered by batteries. So it takes 6 AA batteries to run the thing. And of course, I had this for about a year now, so it was about the point where the battery icon on the label maker here is down to like 1 bar, and so, depending on what the temperature is in here, sometimes it says it's low battery and stuff like that. But this is one of them typical applications where you take the batteries out and test it, and they still test well into the good range. So it's one of these devices that, it's set up to eat batteries. So, they're in hand with the battery companies to sell batteries. So I'm not going to do that kind. And of course, this version, depending on how you buy it with the options, you either get the standalone version that uses just the AA batteries, okay, or you get the other version that uses a rechargeable battery. So this is capable of that rechargeable battery. You can go on the Amazons and the eBays and buy the battery, which is about, I don't know, $30 or so. And, it gives you the specifications that it's a 7.4 volt battery. I think it's like 1700 milliamp hours, and it's a proprietary battery. But you need a way to charge that. So there's the charge port on the bottom of the device here. You would also have to have a wall wart. So, that's probably another, what, 10, 15 bucks? So, you're talking about 45, 50 bucks to convert this from alkaline battery or lithium batteries to a rechargeable battery. So, looking at the battery, the specifications for it, it says that it's an 18500 battery. And of course, it's got to have the plastic case and the special terminals and this and that and blah, blah, blah. But we're going to just throw all that away, and I'm going to show you what I did to mine to convert it from alkaline battery, AA battery, to a rechargeable version with just stuff laying around in here that's got nothing better to do other than waiting its turn. So, label maker, here's the backside, battery compartment's in here. I'm going to open it up and show you what I did. So, inside, of course, we got a little piece of foam, so nothing rattling around in here. And here is my battery pack. So, all it is two 18650s. I spot welded them in series, so it makes that 7.4 volt battery. And I inserted it into the case. So I only had to modify the case a little bit just to sit the battery pack in there, because, the engineer says, well, if somebody could just take an 18650 and jam it in there and connect to make it in series and blah, blah, blah. Well, they purposely made it so it's just a little tough to do that. But it's very easy to modify it with just a pair of flush cutters. So on this side, with the window, there's 2 little bump outs that will prevent you from just jamming 2 18650s that were configured to 7.4 and just shoving it in there and being done with it. So there's 2 little plastic bump outs. See them right there? I'm going to get a pointing device so you can see. So right in there. See them 2 little, like, horseshoe or U-shaped pieces of plastic in there? So that is a little bump out that protrudes outward, so you can't just jam 2 batteries in there like I did. So all you got to do, very simple, Get yourself a pair of flush cutters if you don't already have them. Snip them off. Very simple. And then the rest of it is optional depending on what you got for equipment. So I got 2 brand new 18650s. Of course, you can use anything that you salvaged if you have 18650s laying around. Find a way, either spot weld them or solder them. So you got a 7.4 point vac. I put a little piece of heat shrink to keep them from doing this thing when you're sticking them in there. And they'll fit perfectly in there. So there's enough support on the bottom side here, on this side, just to capture it. And of course, there's plenty of capture up here. So there is a little bit of a gap, and that's the purpose of the proprietary battery pack, is it takes up the space for the battery cover. Well, that's easy enough to solve. If you got a little piece of foam laying around or cardboard or whatever, you can just shove it in there. This thing's only about maybe a 1/4 inch thick, maybe 5/8 thick, less than 1/2 inch, whatever. Whatever it'll fit in there. And just custom cut it. Put the battery cover on and you're done. It ain't going anywhere. And, of course, it powers up. It's going to ask you for the width here. So right now mine is a 3/4. And it shows it's lit up. So as you can see here, the battery says it's almost empty. So now you're going to ask, well, what do you do to charge it now? I'm going to show you. So you look at the bottom of the unit, and it'll say 9 volts. 9 volts, 2 amps. Actually, what I should do is open this back up. So if you're going to do this, you want to make sure this battery right here is the positive one. So positive, negative. So when you're looking at the machine here, you want to make sure you put that battery pack in, because I don't know if there's any kind of reverse polarity protection in here or not, because it was designed to have Dymo's proprietary, unique freaking battery pack in here. So you look on, like if you go on and look for pictures for buying a battery pack, you'll find a picture just perfect enough where you can determine which is the positive, which is the negative, and just match it up to the machine. So the positive side is going to be the bottom of the machine. So the very bottom, or where the negative contacts are for the AA's. And then, of course, positive, negative. And of course, it's spot welded here. So you can either spot weld it or solder a wire across them, however you got it. So very simple to do, other than the little snip of the protrusions to stick your own battery pack in there. So now you'll say, well, what do you do to charge it? And of course, I just said it's a 9-volt system. I'm going to assume the charging circuitry is already built inside. I don't know yet, but from what I've seen, buying and looking up to see what a 9-volt Dymo charger is, it looks like it's just a 9-volt power supply. But you have to pay attention to the polarity, because center pin positive is negative. So the center pin is negative, the outside of the barrel is positive. So that's a little trick that I would assume Dymo custom made, so you can't just stick any 9-volt power supply in here. So you want to be aware of that. That's why I looked at this very carefully. Is it center positive? It is not center positive. The center is negative. So make sure you keep note of that in case you do this here for yourself. So What are you going to do for wall wart? Well, I just happen to have plenty of wall warts around here. All I would have to do is just cut the wire, swap the polarity around them, plug it in, you're ready. Which I've already done that. It's very simple. It works. But I don't want a wall wart. I want it unique. So what I did is, just to test the theory, I'm going to make this a rechargeable power delivery method. So more crap laying around. So all this is this is actually a lithium charger board, and the little purple board on the other side is to boost up the voltage. So whatever you want for power delivery. And on this particular one, it does anywhere from 5 volts all the way up to 20 volts. So whatever your charger will supply, depending on which one you got, is what you'll use. So I set this up for 9 volts, and I cranked the charge current all the way up to the max and tested it out because I was more interested in the amperage that goes out of it. So it's a little over 700 milliamps to charge this thing, and I let it run for a little while, and it seems to be okay. I don't see any magic smoke coming out of it or anything like that. But it says, well, you know, for me, it's going to be this would be the charger, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make it a little bit more unique than that. I made a custom charge cord for this for power delivery. So I got plenty of these 5.5 by 2.1 barrel jack leads laying around, and to make it run 9 volts, I have these little 9 volt PD modules laying around. Now all you got to do is it'll tell the charger to supply 9 volts, and you can just put in your own wires. So whatever you need for wires, you just solder them to the charge board or charge power delivery converter, whatever you want to call this thing, and you'll get 9 volts. And if they're usually good for an amp or two, these little guys. I would assume, since it's USB-C, it's probably good for about 3 to 5 amps, I would imagine. But this thing's only drawing 3/4 of an amp max. And soldered it and put a little piece of heat shrink around it to keep everything all nice and tidy. So all we got to do now is just plug it in. So we'll plug it in, and I also got my PLD USB-C meter working in the corner of the screen here. So let's go over to the overhead and plug this thing into the charger and see what it's charging at. So you see here, over here, it may or may not be in the picture. No, it's not in the picture. Oh, wait a minute, let me see. Oh yeah, it is in the picture. Okay. So here's our little charge cord, and we're going to plug it in. And then we're going to plug it into the PLD meter here, and we're going to watch it charge. So it should come up any minute if it wakes up. Come on, wake up. But as you can see here, it is charging. And it seems like my little USB-C meter fell asleep. That's interesting. But as you can see here, it's charging. I'd like to show you what it's charging at, but it seemed to fall asleep. Oh, let's see here. Let's try. Why ain't you working? Oh, that's why it fell asleep. So there's the charge rate. It's 8.9 volts at 736 milliamps. But it's not working over my... Where's that? There you go. There we go. So 8.9 volts at 725 milliamps. I don't think it's in the picture. No, it's not in the picture. There it is. There. A couple little bugs they got to work out with OBS and stuff like that. Typical OBS type stuff. So I'm going to just assume that the all the charge circuitry is inside the machine here, and it will self-terminate when the charging is complete. But I just wanted to show off my little hackery and trickery for the Dymo Rhino 4200 and make your own homemade rechargeable battery pack and charger. So pretty simple to figure it out. And of course, I got the PLD meter running, so that's pretty cool. Let's see here. I don't think that's the full picture, isn't it? Something's weird here. What's going on here? Let's see, there's that. OBS is so weird. Okay. So, we got our, at least I got my PLD meter online. So, that's pretty cool to show that off. So there. So a short little live stream just to show off my little hackery and stuff like that. Let's see. There we go. So we got our little Dymo Rhino 4200 to be a rechargeable version with a little hackery with stuff just laying around in this particular room. So that's about it. So with that, nobody really showed up this morning. So for those who watch the replay, thanks for watching, and do all that YouTube stuff and comment, rate, and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next video or live stream or whatever. So we'll see you later. Bye.
Rolling through the channels, what do I see? A time machine wizard fixing tech with glee. Old gadgets, new life, he's the chosen one. Every broken circuit, he's gonna get it done. From vintage TVs to your old cassette, with the trusty soldering iron, there's no regrets. Turning back the clock,
making them shine. Rolling TARDIS magic is simply divine. Hey, like and subscribe, join the crew. Rolling TARDIS on YouTube, he's waiting for you. Fixing your old electronics, bringing them back. Tune in now, you're on the right track. He's got the flow, he's got the style. Every DIY hack makes it all worthwhile. Capacitors dancing, resistor in line. With the grin on his face, he's crossing the tide. From video games to the stereo's beat, Rolling TARDIS brings the fix, can't accept defeat. Watch him unravel, watch him restore. Every creak and pop, you're gonna want more. Hey, like and subscribe, join the crew. Rolling TARDIS on YouTube, he's waiting for you. Fixing your old electronics, bringing them back. Tune in now, you're on the mic track. So gather round, folks, it's more than a show. It's a journey through time. Come on, let's go. With every episode, the wonders unfold. Rolling TARDIS, a story to be told. No broken dreams in his workshop space, just a passion for fixing, a welcoming place. Each step of the way, you'll learn something new. From repairing a lamp to a classic Atari 2. With the twist of his wrench and a turn of the dial, you'll be flipping through channels in no time. Will smile, throw your hands up, it's a community vibe. Feel that electric pulse, feel that old tribe. Get your gear ready, let's spark up the chat. Rolling TARDIS is the name, remember that. Like and subscribe, join the crew. Rolling TARDIS on YouTube, he's waiting for you. Fixing your old electronics, bringing them back. Tune in now, you're on the right track. So if you've got gadgets that need a good home, Rolling TARDIS is the place, no need to roll. With every new fix, you'll feel the blast. Join the journey now, let's make tech last.